All right. I know it's early. It's 9 o'clock, 9 a.m., but I'm going on here because I can't go on my Instagram. Instagram Live's not working for like a couple weeks. Well, let's see if anybody's awake. Regardless of anybody being awake and on live, this video needs to be recorded. There's a lot of things that people have misconceptions of. I'm not sure where they're getting the misconceptions from. I mean, I get some sense of where people are getting misconceptions from, but it's unrealistic, the expectations that people have regarding spiritual workers and psychics, witches that have something that they want to benefit from. You have unrealistic expectations, a majority of you. Not all of you, but a majority. The majority has completely unrealistic expectations of witches, psychics, spiritual workers, shamans, spiritual healers, whatever they go by. Most of the collective has a lot of misconceptions and completely unrealistic expectations. For a collective that a huge majority are indoctrinated, have been indoctrinated under many different branches of Christianity, as well as other religions that wanted to demonize psychics and spiritual workers and healers, etc. You have a lot of people who didn't believe and who discredited and who demonized us and those who came before us in these paths and these practices. But now, suddenly, because some of them have awakened and realized that it's the truth, that what we do is real, the authentic workers and witches and healers and shamans and psychics that they now believe in, all of a sudden feel overly entitled to their time and their help because they've waited so long and their lives have gotten so bad. You know what happens when you discredit, when you doubt and you try to slander, you try to demonize those who are trying to help you and who are spreading light and truth? When you try to discredit them, try to slander them, try to demonize them, there are repercussions in the spiritual realm. So yes, your life will get worse. Yes, your life will have problems. And the only way that you're going to get them resolved is, yes, through the spiritual worker or going through the shaman or going to the witch that your spirit guides will lead you to, but you have to respect them. You have to respect their time, the way that they work. Every single one of us works differently. We each have our own set of unique spirit guides. We each have our own set of counsel that is responsible for us, whether we're conscious of it or not. Many aren't conscious of it, and that's okay, and they think they're the ones who are setting their own schedule or making up all their own rules, but it's really led by a higher council of spirit guides and the higher self. So every one of us operates differently. So when you are led by your spirit guides and your higher counsel to the person who is meant to help you spiritually, psychically, magically, energetically, you have to respect their process, their spirit team, and how they work, because it's not going to be the same as somebody else you saw on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. Stop going around and looking at random people's TikTok, YouTubes, Instagrams, and having the expectation of what they did and what they offered and how much it was over there for everybody else that you want something from. You're out of your mind. If somebody else devalues their work and hasn't learned their worth or hasn't gone through the experience of undercharging and dealing with accruing karma for undercharging for their services of helping other people and pulling negative entities off of them, or delivering messages and connecting to the spirit realm and being energetically drained in order to do that, if they haven't learned and gotten worn out yet because they're undercharging for their work. That's not my problem. That's not any other healer or worker's problem. That's their journey. Our price, our rules with our spirits are set. So if you want our help, you have to follow the process. The end, period. There's no negotiating. There's no negotiating on the cost of work. There's no negotiating on the cost of having a reading or a consultation. There are no discounts and promotions. There are no giveaways with me and my spirit guides on readings and services. Other people may do that, but you cannot expect everybody to do that. We take on the energy. Somebody else may be willing to take on additional energy and be depleted more than I am, and I'm not willing to do it. I've done it before, and I'm not willing to do it anymore. Your debts, your karmic debts are your karmic debts. They are not mine. So, pay your karmic debts by paying what is worth. Otherwise, find somebody else who's willing to take on paying your karmic debt for you. But it's not going to be me. Okay? Also, don't expect spiritual workers and spiritual healers, shamans, witches, psychics to all be available to answer your questions in DMs. There are some that love that because they want fast, quick money. They also want to be seen as liked and trusted and dependable, and they want to have a sense of like community, and they want to kiss people's ass and cater to them. Okay, that's not what this practice is. Other people, the new age people, love that stuff because they don't respect or believe in voodoo and working with certain spirits and practicing practices that are part of a secret society. They love to pick and take things that they got, things that they could find on the internet, and just share them with everybody, and that's fine because most of them have only tidbits and pieces of rituals or a very limited understanding of the spiritual realm, although they think they know it all. Nobody knows it all, but they think that certain things don't exist, and that's okay. That'll catch up with them in the future, and they'll go through a crisis. Often a lot of them, you got the Doreens out there, mini Doreens, if you know what I mean, that love the angels and work with the angels, or you got the ones who want to work with and all this stuff, or they want to work with different spirits and gods and goddesses, but they don't realize there are rites and rituals and ways in which and offerings that have to be done, and certain ones that you definitely cannot work with unless you have gone through sacrifice and initiation in order to be able to work with and commune with and receive guidance and help and be able to petition those deities and spirits and be followed. There are sacrifices you must make. And sacrifices, I'm not talking about animal sacrifices. I'm talking about you must be completely cleansed and reborn and committed. And there are different rituals and rites, ancient ways that those things were done that are still practiced and required of many of these. Not true. Go ahead and do that and find out what spirits you piss off. Go ahead. And you're not properly protected, and you try to open yourself up to the spiritual realm by doing that and thinking you know better, and that the rights and the will be tricked by negative entities, because those spirits don't have to protect you. Follow the rights and learn what they want to learn. Go on to who they want you to go to. Follow the process, and the people that want to aren't meant to. The spirit and deity has to choose you, and you have to follow the way that they want you to work with them, if they want you to work with them. But you have a lot of people out here who just pop up, who see something and they like it and they think they can benefit from it. Oh my God, so and so is calling to me. Oh my God, because they've seen it a million times in the algorithm. Oh my God, I want to work with so and so. Oh, that must be my head so and so. That's likely not true. It's an algorithm. You are being social media marketed to. You are being algorithmically programmed to watch more and more of that content. So yeah, you're gonna all synchronicities, but that's not more than half the time that is not true. Those are not the deities and spirits actually that walk with you. They're ones that you may be attracted to because yes, you're seeing them, and synchronicities are occurring because likely of so much of the algorithmic programming, because you're watching so many other people who work with them. and you're interested in it. But it doesn't mean that that's the deity, the Loa, or any other mystery that or angel that actually is part of your quadrant and walks with you. You need a reading for that. You need a reading with somebody who actually sees that information, like a high priestess, like my spouse, who can see that, like a high, like a mambo or a wagan in voodoo, or a priest or a priestess of certain orisha that carry that orisha. And in orisha practices, if they don't carry it, they may not be able to help you with it. But and in other practices as well, not every psychic is able to see that. There are certain people who are not allowed to see that. That's beyond their pay grade. So you need to go to the right one and let the spirits lead you. Just because you see somebody on the internet that's working with Oshun, and you see another one the next day, and you see another one the next day, and Oshun here, Oshun there, doesn't mean Oshun's reaching out to you. Just means you've engaged in content a lot with Oshun, but she may not be your head Orisha. She may not even be in your quadrant. Your spiritual council may be consisting of completely different Orisha and different Loa and different mysteries altogether. And that is why readings with a actual properly initiated, dedicated, clear, no mingling with just anybody and everything and tapping into anything, unprotected and unclear and untrained priest or priestess is necessary. But y'all can keep doing and fucking around and finding out if you'd like to. And it confuses people. It actually crosses a whole bunch of people. My iPhone got too hot. Stopped by negative energies. Or stopped by spirit. What I'm saying is the fucking truth. If you don't like it, that's your problem. Keep doing things the wrong way. You're pissing off spirits. You will block yourselves, cross yourselves, and need more help than you began with. Three things you cannot hide: the sun, the moon, and the truth. The sun, the moon, and the truth are the three things you can't hide. The truth is still the truth. At the end of the day, the Orisha and Voodoo are secret society closed practices. Other people and other practices, even certain lineages of hoodoo, have initiation. Not all. Hoodoo is the base folk magic and indigenous work, but it's not voodoo, and it doesn't know voodoo and voodoo rites or rituals, and they don't have the service to the spirits and the hierarchy and the favor like a priest or priestess of voodoo, or a priest and priestess in Ifa, or in Santeria, or in Lukumi, or in other Orisha practices. It's not the same. It's not all the same. It's not all interchangeable. These New Agers and hoodoo, a lot of hoodoo workers thinking that they have all the access and they're the only, they should be able to share and give away all this knowledge. You can give away whatever little bit you know, that's fine, whatever. But you don't know the rites and the rituals of the secret societies, and you never will, because you don't have loyalty to the spirits. Somebody left a funny comment yesterday on my on one of my posts on Instagram, where I was doing a gag giveaway as a test from Get a Limbo to my quote-unquote audience, whatever, followers there, to see who they thought I should give a gift to. And I already knew who I was giving the gift to, because the gift was for Get a Limbo. It came in the mail, something he needed and wanted a specific way. But I posted it as a test, as a giveaway, and gave the option Should I give the gift to a follower, to a charity, or to a spirit as a thank you? See where people's hearts are at, and see who's actually follows the page for the right reason. And by follow, I mean who's literally clicked the follow button and is looking at my page and watching my stuff for the right reason. Because if you're watching my stuff to try to get free stuff, get free messages, I'm not doing individual messages anymore, really, honestly. Collective ones at the most. For people that I know and who are longtime clients, there may be times that I do give them a message, but for just anybody who's just following for the sake of getting messages, my spirit skipped over those people and will never give those people a reading. If they're not giving something in exchange for what we're giving out, they're not going to have me pick that person. So anyways, somebody said that somebody who has followed the page for like a year, but who never engages, who's never been a client, never paid for nothing, never given a donation to my spirit guides for all the messages and all the information that we have put out in the past. This person said that I should give it to my following, and when I asked them why, she said for their loyalty. For their loyalty of what? Is what I want to say to you. For your loyalty of what? For clicking a follow button and just remaining and not unclicking it. You know, there's like a whole bunch of people that follow me and then get in their feelings when I post something and unfollow me all the time. And then a couple of weeks or a month later, they follow me again. They get in their feelings because they're butthurt over the truth that Spirit said and the fact that I'm blunt and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what people perceive or think of me, because my loyalty, I mean, to make this clear, my loyalty is to my spirits. It's not to random people on the internet. Even people who have followed my page. My page is for my spirits first, to bring forward the help that they are able to provide through my hands, through my vessel to other people, through the work that they have trained me to do, through the work I am prepared to do, through the work that I have sacrificed and initiated over 10 years ago to do, through the work that I work as a plaza for the last 10 years through my spouse, high priestess of our house, to do, where I am sitting in my car in 80 degrees weather plus 80% humidity while she is doing a hypnosis session at the beach with a client for the next 2 hours. I'm sitting in my hot ass car. I just had to turn it on because it got too damn hot. I'm sitting in my car waiting because this is a team effort. This is a pairing. What she does, I have to go with and do, because the plaza assists the high priest or the high priestess and the misterios. My loyalty is to the misterios, not to random people on the internet. Understand that. People have the wrong expectations. People have the wrong attitude and have said things that they shouldn't have fucking said in my DM or in my comments. And you get blocked. And you won't receive help from me. You won't benefit from me or my mysteries. Go find somebody else if you think that for some reason, somehow, I have to give you more of my energy and bring more for free. Where were you 4 years ago when I was on here every single day, channeling information down, channeling warnings and information about everything current events that was going on, giving warnings, putting people onto $1 million business opportunities, $1 million worth of information, millions of dollars worth of information? Where were you? Bet you're still in the same spot doing nothing with it. Haven't done anything with it. Only like 3 people that I shared information with have actually done something with it, out of hundreds, if not thousands, who saw those over 4 years ago. So I already gave everything to this audience that I actually was supposed to over the last 4 years. Anything else is just a gift from my spirits to the collective. But personally, myself, I don't owe anybody anything here. I already utilize myself to help people, my private clients. The only thing that I owe anything to is the people who have paid me for private work to complete their workings, to do the work the right way that the spirits say to do it, and to get back to them and keep them updated. Those are the only people that have my loyalty, is the clients who follow directions, who are faithful to spirit, because I'm not here for you to be loyal to me. People unfollow and follow me back again a few weeks later, and people unfollow all the time, and I don't care. I will never care about that. Okay, my loyalty is the Loa. Who I made a sacrifice to is the Loa. Okay, and I have sacrificed my energy and my time to so many people on here for free. My readings are on point. My readings, when I do them privately, they are so on point and in depth. Okay, and they change people's lives. But my readings are so draining because I actually am a shaman. I am a shamanic reader. I journey and travel in order to see and access what is known in Norse mythology, but people consider here the tree of life. But in Norse mythology, it's called Yggdrasil, and in Celtic lore, in Celtic mythology, it is called the Grove. I have to go and shamanically travel through trance in my readings, which is why I don't even offer them, because there's not honestly amount of money that is worth it for the energy and the time and the fact that so little people end up doing anything with the information, that it's more frustrating than it is even fulfilling anymore to do readings for just anybody. If I'm guided to, if somebody contacts me, the only thing that I do now is when somebody I feel contacts me about a reading and I actually feel from my spirits and their energy that I'm getting off of them that they actually would truly value and appreciate that reading and really would do something with the information, I send them a private link. But I don't allow anymore just all year long for anybody to book a reading. The only time that I'm willing to do that is between All Hallows Eve and Imbolc. That's the time when it's easiest and least draining for me to communicate with the realm of the dead. And by the realm of the dead, I'm talking about, and also the higher realms for bringing in information for channeling and trance readings. Because there are multiple different worlds, and people may have spirits and energies that walk with them from multiple different worlds that may want to bring in information, and especially people of Norse and Celtic background. I have a lot more beings besides the Loa that may step forward, that are in different realms and carry different energy, and it can be very draining. So I don't offer those readings except during from All Hallows Eve to Imbolc. But they're not even as fulfilling for me, because a lot of people expect, and this is the problem with the internet and why I can't stand it sometimes, because a lot of people expect that because some random psychic over here is just pulling cards or using fucking dowsing rods or whatever stuff they're doing, I don't know, or just because they just use a pendulum and they go quick and they go fast and they just do yes or no, or because they pull cards and because some of them just tell you what you want to hear, that's how my readings are. My readings are very calm. And I don't just talk about a whole bunch of random things that likely are I'm not just picking stuff out of thin air that you're likely to have done or said or experienced. Like, there's some psychics that are like, did you recently listen, did you used to sing, like, I hate to say it, but the fucking Long Island medium, can't stand her. Did your mom used to sing to you Amazing Grace when you was a baby? You have a memory of whose fucking parents or grandparents didn't sing Amazing Grace? Like, in the last 100 years, what baby doesn't know or have a memory of their grandparent or grandma or mom or dad or aunt or uncle? Was there someone who used to sing Amazing Grace? There's something about Amazing Grace. Like, I don't ever say stuff like that. There's psychics that say shit like that all day long. I can't do that. Mediums who do that. And although I have mediumship gifts, I don't advertise mediumship readings, because A, they're draining, and I don't connect with muertos that I don't know intentionally, because that's dangerous. In our practice, it's not something that it's just for everybody to do. If you're a medium, you are a medium, and there are initiations in this 21 divisions practice for just mediums, but there are a lot of initiations and protections, because it is extremely draining and it can be dangerous to be connecting to other people's muertos, so you don't know. So you have to know what you're doing as medium. There's a lot of mediums out here most of the mediums are untrained, not properly, protecting themselves, open to the spiritual realm, and allowing just anything and everything, and have no discernment or don't know how to detect or determine, if it's a legitimate positive spirit or if it's a negative spirit. There are ways that we know that in voodoo, or in 21 divisions at least, how to determine that, because we're trained in that. If you're actually initiated by an authentic, real elder, you would know how to determine that. Now, if you're getting mass initiated or initiated in a day from a distance in 21 divisions, well, you got scammed, okay? You got, okay? It's not how it works, and that's not how it ever was, and that's not how it's actually gonna happen for you. You could try to do that. You could pay somebody to do that who's promising you that it's gonna be fine, but I promise you, you're just gonna go in circles with a pathological liar, okay? And you're gonna keep dishing out money because they're just gonna keep messing with your head. And they do work on people that are their clients to keep them loyal to them. I don't have to do that, and I won't do that, because there's no reason to do that. In fact, that actually ties me up karmically. It ties me up energetically. It can make me sick to do works to control clients. I don't have to do that. Other people have to do that because they don't actually have the right training or the knowledge that is supposed to be passed down from their elders. A lot of people just get into it to control other people instead of helping and liberating people. I'm in the business of helping and liberating people who actually value and who actually have good intentions and who are actually serious about changing their life. That's the business I'm in, about liberating, opening the ways for people who deserve it, who are ready to transform their lives, who are ready to do what Spirit says is necessary for them to have the life that they're looking for, or to walk in their purpose authentically. I'm not here to just sit around and control people and do it. It's costs me to do it. What I don't understand about the people who do work on their clients is it costs you energetically. It costs you resources to do work on your clients. And also, you're working with negative spirits because you're definitely not working with positive ones when you're trying to control clients as their free will. Trying to control clients, there's a difference. When you're trying to control clients and cross their head, there's so many karmic, and to bind them and to cross their paths, that has karmic energy, that has so much bad juju that's going to affect you in the long run. And when you're doing that on everybody, it's no wonder that a lot of them are falling on their face, and a lot of them are perverts and pedophiles. A lot of them are male perverts and pedophiles who also try to get the clients to sleep with them who can't pay for their work. So they try to convince them that they can sleep with them to pay for their work. There's a lot of that, and a lot of that going on, and that's demonic. Those are workers that are demonic and working with trickster, negative entities. And then once you're done fucking around with them, though, then when you're done giving your money away to people who are scamming you and you're tired of being scammed, people still have the audacity to come to somebody like my spouse and me, who are real, authentic 21 divisions, and want our help, but don't want to pay us what it actually costs to undo all the fucked up shit that they had allowed other workers to do by fucking with other workers. Who, like, I heard about a girl, I've heard about many girls who've ended up sleeping with the worker to pay for their work. Others who got tricked, to pay for their, not true. There's something called spirit marriage, there's people who are meant to do that. It's with the spirit, and it's not with the human vessel. It's in the spiritual realm. It's not with human vessel. So any Wagana or Mambo that's trying to get somebody to actually physically sleep with them for their initiation is a predator, is a scammer and a predator. Like, this is crazy. But you have people who have no discernment, who don't listen to their intuition, who ignore their spirit guides, and who doubt real psychics and real workers, who may tell them But that's not true. And because those other people have them in mind control works, have them in loyalty works, have them in have their heads crossed, have them in control works. There's trackers that can be put into certain things that they may have you drink or ingest if you eat from them, that will give them control over you. And then you want a who isn't doing that, and you want the help. Oh, fuck, I have to leave in a few minutes. I have to go bring something on the beach in a minute to my spouse for work. But then you want to go and not value it. I've heard people say things that's like, oh, well, I paid so much to all these other workers who just scammed me, and I don't want to keep paying so much. Like, but that was your choice to get scammed. That was your choice to not listen to your intuition. What does that have to do with me and what I can do for you? The fact that you didn't listen to your intuition, you didn't listen to, any warnings from a spiritual messenger or spirit guides in your dreams or your gut feeling, and you just ignored it and you did something that you shouldn't have done. You really can't get scammed unless you allow somebody to scam you. Like, you really can't. Like, if you have, everybody has it, but most people ignore it. If you have intuition, which I have great intuition, I always have, you really can't get scammed. The one time I thought I had gotten scammed, I really didn't, because I got a lot of value out of it. Everybody else was calling it a scam, but it wasn't. It wasn't a scam. And I realized that, and I had to apologize for, mentioning it to, saying that it was a scam, because it wasn't a scam. Other people, though, because they didn't see results, and this was in marketing years ago. It was a certain company that I bought digital products from a conference and stuff. It wasn't a scam. What I learned in that, I used today and made a ton of money out of it. Tons of money from utilizing that information. So it's not a scam. It's just there's certain people who are willing to work for and put the information to work and put the time in and try every possible way and get creative to earn an income and make money online. Like, that was what that was for, marketing back in the day. And there's people who aren't willing to do it, and those people usually will call it a scam. And because I didn't see results right away, and I was still in a broke mentality, I called it a scam too for a while, till I realized when I stopped calling it a scam and I started getting to work and really listening to my spirit guides, it wasn't a scam. They were right. It was just I had a broke mentality like everybody else. So once I separated and I grew my mindset and I stopped hanging around broke-minded people, I stopped looking at that as a scam. Now, what is a scam is wagons and mambos and other quote-unquote elders in certain practices telling you need to sleep with them in order to finish initiation. That's a scam. That's called a heinous crime. That's called, you need Olivia Benson and Elliot Stabler, okay? That's called sex crimes, okay? That is not 21 divisions. That is not true Ifa, Lukumi, Santeria, or any other true spiritual practice that is working with mysteries of light. Those are demonic entities that are trying to trick you, okay, and control you. And they're after your soul. That's what they do. They soul snatch and they try to control people, okay? They want to drive you crazy. There's people that do this all the time. There's people that literally, that's all they do. They don't actually help people. They can't make a cleanse. They don't know how to actually make proper cleanses or any of the hundreds of recipes that there are for true spiritual witchcraft breaking baths, road opening baths, spirit removal baths, negative demonic entity exorcism baths, all sorts of baths, business prosperity baths, personal prosperity baths, protection baths. There's tons and tons of recipes through voodoo and through Orisha practices alone, as well as tons more from pagan paths that are like Celtic, with Celtic plants and Celtic recipes and Norse recipes and Slavic recipes. For every culture has their own set of spiritual cleansing and spell work. But there's hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of recipes for different spiritual baths. But none of these people that are working with demonic entities are focused on actually doing anything positive for their clients. They're focused on controlling their clients and making their clients have to come back to them for a basic ass cleanse that isn't actually going to do anything. And most of them tell you not to put it over your head because that's where they're doing mental work on you. And then you come to us and we tell you to put it over your head and try to tell us we're wrong. That you should never take a spiritual bath over your head. That's because the person that told you that, there's certain plants, there's certain plants if you are initiated in a practice that you do not want to use in your baths. And anybody who's initiated and a true authentic elder in these practices would tell you those plants not to use in your baths. Well, that's part of secret societies, that they would tell you not to use a bath with those plants because they can damage your initiations. However, for anybody else who's not initiated, you should be taking spiritual baths over your head so you're actually clear. The mental work is what keeps you crossed and under the control of others more than anything, especially of your spiritual worker. This is why I don't do work on my clients, and I never will. In fact, the first thing I do for all my clients is give them spiritual baths, and the instructions are to put them over your head, to wash from the top down, from the top of the crown down, with a spiritual bath, not to just sit in it like a lot of them say, oh, sit in your cleansing bath. No, why would you sit in your filth? Doesn't even make sense. Maybe to absorb after you've done a cleanse, maybe to absorb and maybe sit in, but we don't sit in baths. Like, we don't just sit in baths or anything like that. That's not how they're traditionally done in 21 divisions. They're done as more so spiritual showers, which is different from a lot of Orisha type stuff. I'm not saying they're wrong, but why would you sit in your filth? You're supposed to wash from the top down and utilize. If for the uninitiated, you wash from the top down, from the top of the crown, and it's not going to do anything negative to you. It's going to help you. It's going to help unclog your mind, which is where in your neck and your ports, your spiritual ports basically, where entities attach, are in the head and the neck. And your third eye, where energy, the astral realm, is coming through. Why would you not cleanse your head? So you listen to a whole bunch of people who don't know what they're talking about, and will argue up and down and try to bully real authentic workers on the internet like they're some big bad bitch. They're not. People who have to verbally attack and who have to try to make fun of a real worker is because that's all they got. They have to save their ego, and they're so concerned about their following, not unfollowing them. I could care less, but I'm still going to tell the truth. I'm not going to not tell the truth about what this is and what it isn't. Anyway, keep fucking around with people that are going to tell you the wrong thing. That's fine. Honestly, everything that I post on here is a gift. A lot of my business is from my business cards left in local shops, left in local botanicas, left in the certain supermarkets, and left in the spiritual shops with all my white witches who don't know any of the voodoo stuff and get people all the time, and who aren't egotistical. Even though they're a little new agey, they're not egotistical, and they actually like and respect us, and they send a ton of people to us. So most of my clients are not online. Most of my clients don't even have Instagram. I only made this page to help spread more of the connection to the Loa out there for people that were getting lost in the sauce with all these fucking losers and liars on the internet. Most of my clients are not even on Instagram. My clients might have Facebook. A lot of my clients have Facebook, but they don't have Instagram or TikTok. And I don't use Facebook for any business. But that's what I'm saying. If you're on here for the wrong reasons, if you're not here because you respect the Loa and you are trying to get trying to get a message from the Loa and just hear when they bring it. Like if you're expecting more than that, you're just here for the wrong reasons. Unless you're here for business and to do services, you're here for the wrong reasons. Unless you're here to receive the messages when they have me, when they make me feel like they need to be brought, or when they want me to clear something up and spread some truth about what this is and what it isn't. That's all this page is here for. And you know, the fun lucky numbers and stuff will get a limbo now, but there's really nothing else that I'm on here for. Everything that I'm doing is more a gift, because my page has been shadow banned for like 2 years already. Like I don't even get business honestly on here. I get pretty much all my business from my business cards. Like that's what people don't think. Like nobody thinks that. Everybody thinks that because you're on the internet, like you're just doing business on the internet. Like I could care less if this page is gone tomorrow. I don't want it to be gone because I like some of the people that follow me. I know some of them personally. They're clients of my spouse and I that I've met in person. But like I'm gonna not trip if this page is gone tomorrow because I don't rely on it. And that's what people have to realize, because other people rely on it and are so focused on numbers and focused on like having the highest ranking videos, and they put all this energy. I'm never going to do that with this stuff. I'm never going to do that with this spiritual stuff, because that's not authentic to me. I do that on my product pages for shit you don't even know that businesses you don't even know I own, because I'm a killer with marketing. But on the spiritual side, I don't need to be. I don't need to be, and I don't want to be, because it's not authentic to me in this path. But as a entrepreneur, as an e-commerce, as a digital marketer, outside of this, shit all day long. I have other pages, plenty of other brand pages that nobody knows, and 6 other businesses, LLCs that nobody will even ever know about. So this goes away. I'm okay. But your fake workers and your fake priests and priestesses, your fake spiritualists, they'd lose their mind, because most of them built up their shit by lying and controlling people, lying and deception and doing spells and illusion work and glamour magic to appear as if they know what the fuck they're talking about. But real workers who listen to them know that they make no sense. People who have no clue and are naive, okay, and who have no discernment, they believe anything. But real workers, real witches, know that most of those people make no sense and don't take them seriously. So have discernment. That's all I'm gonna say. And don't expect, because they're so available and they're so engaged and they're so obsessed with being liked and being followed and being seen as an authority and seen, you know, whatever, shut the fuck up, like that they're right. They're not. Most of them are wrong. Most of them change the truth to fit what they want it to be, to make themselves look always right, even when they're completely flat out wrong. Got 20 people telling them they're wrong. They will still be in denial and try to gaslight everybody else to trick their audience so that their audience stays loyal to them. Like I could give a fuck about who follows me. I appreciate people, but that's different. Appreciation is different than being overly invested and concerned with if people continue to follow me, like me, etc. It doesn't change my business. It doesn't change that I still get clients all the time from business cards. Old school. It's how I started, and it's how my spouse started, and it's how it's gonna be. Whether the social media is here or not. There's a lot of people who still are not obsessed with social media. A lot of people are obsessed with it that literally don't know how to operate and be authentic in real life. Well, I do. I went to business school. I took marketing classes. I went to business strategy and business administration. Okay. I went to event management planning school. Okay. I know how to be in front of people. I know how to communicate with people. I know how to be a real person in real life and not just on the internet. With that said, have a blessed day.